Bismillah ar-Rahman Rahim. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. We got a double header today. We're going to be talking about the Premier League now, and we're back inshallah at 11 p.m. UK time to talk about Liverpool Football Club. We've got a fantastic panel coming on at 11 p.m. as well. So there's plenty of content coming your way before the second last Premier League weekend before we go to the dreaded international break. Bismillah ar-Rahman Rahim. First and foremost, make sure you guys are slapping the like button. Make sure you guys are subscribing to Don Hussam if you're ready to do so. The road to 41k continues, ladies and gentlemen. And today we've got an absolutely fantastic panel. I want to reiterate something. All these guys' channels is in the description. Every single one of them. Even the ones that don't have a channel, I tag the channel where they're most at. You get me? So if you want to find them, just don't send them abuse or anything. Go actually show them love. You get me? So that's kind of what we're doing here. So big up, man, my lovely people, my amazing people. Big up everyone locked in. Joining me first and foremost, this guy is taking the most W's this week. Ten Hag got sacked. They're about to hire Amorim. He watched his team score 5 past Leicester. That's why he's smiling. The energy is back. The vibrancy is back. Man like Temi is in the building. How you doing, Temi, man? You good?
I'm doing fantastic, bro. I'm doing fantastic. I feel amazing. I feel relieved. Over the moon. It's been a great week, bro. It's been a fantastic week, and I cannot wait for this weekend, bro. You've been good?
Yeah, I've been good. We won, you get me, against Brighton as well. So it was a great game to watch. Gakpo scored twice and Diaz, which we need. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Oh my God. Big up.
Come on now.
Just big up, Temi. Big up.
Come on, man. What are we doing here? What are
celebration.
We doing here? Come on, man. It's a
Fair
celebration.
Enough. I respect it. Let's go.
I'm feeling good, man.
Big up. Joining us next on the channel as well. He didn't take a W this week, but I'm going to put him top row next to Temi because they're going to preview the game together. You get me? And he's back with a beard. Andrew with a beard is what we need, ladies and gentlemen. Andrew without a beard is what we do not need because he looks 13. He's about 40. Man like Andrew is in the building. How you doing, Andrew, man?
Couldn't resist the age joke again. This what happens all the time when I come on this channel now. Call me Sawdust or something like that. Anyway, I'm here back with a beard. You know what I mean? I know I disappointed a lot of people on this channel. I do like a beard myself. Do you know what I mean? I'm just now, like I said backstage, I'm going to maintenance. That's what it's going to be, maintained. That's what it's going to be going forward. But yeah, more importantly, subscribe, like the video for this channel. We did 40k. What's it now? 50. Road to 50k. Road to 50k. That's what it is. Let's get 50. Yes, you know what? Let's get 50k before January 1st. Let's do that.
Yes, inshallah. That's the target.
Ring in the new year. 50k.
That would be amazing. Hit it on New Year's. You get me? 50k celebration with New Year.
50K. Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah, that would be unbelievable. Big up to you, Andrew. Joining us next, you get me? He's suited and booted for Halloween, even though it was yesterday. But he's one of the most shameless Arsenal fans on the planet, which is why we love speaking to him about football. Man like Dayo is in the building. How you doing, Dayo, man?
What's up, people? How you guys doing, man? Yes. If you do not know, now you know. Stare into my eyes as I can see you. Like the video. Let's get this channel to 50k. I mean, Andrew's saying by January. Let's just make it a Christmas present, right? In 6 weeks. 6 weeks. That's all we ask. Let's get this channel to 50k in 6 weeks, eh? Let's do that first.
I love it. Big up to you, my guy. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. And last but not least, sometimes you have to double the shamelessness. So we got another shameless Arsenal fan because it's beautiful. I feel like this is Martin's shameless era. When he first started going on like Mo's channel and Sad's channel, he used to be like really calm and collected and like, the objective guy in the room. Now he's just as shameless as so what are we doing? Just everyone gonna wear sunglasses and shit? I can go get my sunglasses. Man like Martin is in the building. How are you doing, Martin?
I didn't want to be left out.
I'm going to get my sunglasses. I'm gonna get left out.
Oh yeah, now my people. It's your light-skinned man from Somalia.
I live in a country without sun. I don't need sunglasses. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous right now.
You know what it is? You know what it is I did it this week and I realized like, man, this like the ring lights, like this feels way better.
So people come say how you are. It's great.
Yeah, bro. Like it's like I'm celebrating, but I'm also protecting my eyesight. Like, this is actually great.
Dum, 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 dum.
You feel me?
Yeah. Congratulations on no Ten Hag. That's going to be a big
Hey,
moment.
man, it's been a week of celebrating. I've just been celebrating all week. Literally all week, I've been so happy. You couldn't put me in a bad mood. Nothing could put me in a bad mood this week. It's been fantastic. We're about to beat Chelsea this weekend. It's going to be great. I literally cannot wait.
He didn't even
We're gonna get
like, a
into it.
goodbye
I
interview.
can't wait for this preview right here because this is gonna be amazing. Big up my guy Zoro, who starts us off with a super chat, says, "What a panel! 3 Champions League winner and bottlers. #balance." Hey, fair enough, Zoro. I appreciate the shamelessness, my brother. I am indeed the
What
Champions
team
League
does
winner.
Zoro? What team does Zoro support actually?
Man
Zoro,
City.
Oh no!
Zoro, send
City?
send a super chat with the team you support. I've heard it from Hussam, but I want you to send a super chat again.
Big up, Zoro. Big up. Big up everyone in the chat. Listen, likes up already. 100 people in the building. We haven't even started yet. Big up to all of you locked in. And I want something from the chat before we get started. As you're liking and subscribing, I want you to go subscribe to Wavy Temi. Go subscribe to Casual FC so you can find more of Andrew. Subscribe to Banter on the Pitch. We need to get Dayo more subscribers because he deserves it. He's an unbelievable guy. And go subscribe to Sad's Football Corner. And not because you see Martin there a lot, just because Martin wants to promote Sad. So let's do it. So subscribe over there. And another thing I want from you guys as well, I'm going to ask a simple question in the chat, and then I'm going to hand the mic over to Temi. Put 1 in the chat if you think Man United are winning this Sunday. Put 2 in the chat if you think Chelsea are winning this Sunday. No life stories, no paragraphs, or using number answers today.
And
I want to see.
I'll put 3 if you think it's going to be a draw.
Yes, 3 is fair for draw, but draws cop out. I don't like cop out answers. I want you to choose 1 winner. So give me 1 Man United, 2 Chelsea win. Where he's already copping out. See, red line at Teranga, fraud. 1 or 2 only allowed. There is no 3s allowed.
You know the funny thing, Hussam, I think it's going to be a draw, and I'll tell you why. I think this new manager bounce from Man U is going to give them a big boost, but I think Chelsea has been on the up and up. So it's going to be a new Man U that they're meeting. Like they're going to be playing a rejuvenated side. Do you understand? Like that's where the issue is, and I think that's going to end up being a draw. That's the only reason I see it as being a draw.
Okay. I'll let you elaborate on that in a bit.
What's 4? He put
Sorry?
4 after 3. What's
Yeah,
4?
because I called him out on his like sitting on the fence, so he just did it, overdid it. So
bit better for
Temi.
red line Teranga. Nice bit better.
Temi, Independence Day 4 days ago, Amorim 3 days ago, crazy week, and you beat Leicester 2 days ago by 5 goals. You know, how are you feeling right now as a Man United fan?
I feel great. This is the best I've felt in a really long time. I haven't felt this good since the Carabao Cup in his first season. Honestly, that's the last time I truly felt like, oh yeah, we're on the up and up. You know what I mean? That's the last time I really felt that. So yeah, man, it's a great feeling. Obviously getting a top young manager is also a great feeling. You know what I mean? Obviously remains to be seen how well he can do at this level, but he's proven that he's he can win in difficult circumstances. You know what I mean? I look at him kind of like, you know, how Diego Simeone was in La Liga, where, you know, he's like the third biggest club in a country, but still finding ways to win league titles. You know what I mean? With less budget. So it's an exciting proposition. And regarding the weekend, this reminds me. I feel bad for Chelsea fans because if Ten Hag was still there, they would have worked us. I would not be wearing shades today. I would not be confident. I would have probably predicted a loss. You feel me? But this is eerily similar to when we got rid. I think we got rid of Ali and Michael Carrick took over for a couple of games. One of those games was Chelsea, right? And we won that game. So I think it's going to be very similar. They haven't beat us at Old Trafford in 11 years. Literally, I was in high school the last time they beat us at Old Trafford. And I'm not saying it's going to be some type of dominant performance by Man United. I just think it's going to be the crowd mixed in with the new manager bounce, mixed in with the players trying to prove something to Ruben Amorim, who will definitely be watching. I just think that momentum will drive us to a victory. So, you know, it's going to be a close game. I likened it to, probably it's going to look like that Chelsea-Liverpool game a couple of weeks ago where it was a good game, but it wasn't super, what's the word I'm looking for? It wasn't a basketball game by any stretch of the imagination. It was very tactical. So I imagine it's going to be the same. And I think it's going to be about the moments. I expect the Marcus Rashford goal. I wouldn't be shocked if Bruno got on the score sheet. You know what I mean? And I think it's going to be a 2-1. I know that's the most boring prediction of all time, but it's just the truth. I see it as a 2-1 match. I see us getting over the line. Chelsea making a couple of mistakes at the back and us getting 3 points.
Now, here's the thing, right? New manager bounce and stuff like that, the atmosphere. I'm in two minds because Sam's known me for a long time. I respect records, right? I respect records. I'm a big believer in records. We have a horrendous record up there, right? But then my other side of my brain is going, I'm not having Spurs go up there and beat these guys 3-0 and we can't go up there because I think we're better than them. Yeah? I think we're better than them. We're better than Spurs and we're better than United. I think we should be going there full of confidence. If we can go to Anfield, which I think is a more intimidating atmosphere, I'll be honest with you. It's a more intimidating atmosphere. And they have a more settled team. I'm leaning towards this, even though I do respect records, I want to lean towards the other part of my brain that goes, we should be going up there and we should be out playing them and dunking on them. Because I thought, it was a good result, but I've watched a bit of that game against Leicester, and I think everyone's overhamming it a bit.
No, I agree.
Oh, no, I'm not. This is direct to you because we did the Staffy preview yesterday. So I know it's you. I think obviously it's a
Staffy's a fraud. Subscribe to Staffy TV. But he's a fraud. Go ahead, Andrew.
But I don't think why we should be going. I don't think why we should be fearing this going up there. Do you know what I mean? I think we should be. We rested most of our. I know we lost in midweek, but we rested our midfield and everything like that. We should be going up them off midfield. Should be dominating this. Should be absolutely dominating this. That's what we should be doing. Cole Palmer, step up again. You love scoring against United. Step up again. Do you know what I mean? It's time for players to step up. It's time for a reaction. All this praise going up to Anfield, pat on the head. Oh, you did well, but we still lost, so it doesn't matter. We need to put.
No, but you deserved praise that game.
No. But what I'm saying is, I don't want.
Because you went to the team that I'll tell you why. Because you went to the. Listen, not everything must be result-based analysis. Right. Sometimes performances, you have to hold your hands up and go like shit. When I watched Chelsea at Anfield, I'm like, yo, I was actually like happy that the full-time whistle went. So I'm not gonna act like Chelsea are just like okay.
No, but I don't.
The reason why you lost Newcastle is because this one you should blame Maresca, in my opinion, because he rested for no reason. Why the hell is the Premier League background not on? Boom, because you rested like the whole A team essentially. Now, do I believe if you went to Newcastle away with like Palmer and Caicedo and stuff, it would be the same result? Probably not. I think you probably could have beaten them, to be honest with you. Right. So. Like, that's why for me, if I go away to Santiago Bernabeu, we lose 2-1 as Liverpool, and like in the 90th minute, the Madrid fans are happy to see the full-time whistle, everyone's going to go like, yo, Liverpool are serious this season in the Champions League. Right. So that's basically the point.
No, but what I want them to do is to take that praise they got from Liverpool and add it, not only performance, but get the result. So that we all feel coming out of it going, yeah, we got the result and the performance. Do you know what I mean? I want that. So because I want them to feel, I want them to understand and feel that, because we've got no offense, but I think we've got an even harder game the week after against Arsenal, right? Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I need them to step up and do this. And also I need the record off our backs. Do you know what I mean? It's just every team has got somewhere where they don't, no matter how good your team is, you go there and for some reason you don't get anything from there. You just it's ridiculous. We've got the same thing when we go to Everton. I have no idea what it is. We go to Everton, Goodison Park, and we barely get anything there, and it's madness. We need to get this off because this is an embarrassment. We've been up. Listen, We've been up there with far better teams than Sam.
Yep.
And haven't got anything. Do you know what I mean? So we need to set the record straight, get this done. But say to Manchester United, yeah, it's great. You got a new manager, but we're better than you, and we shouldn't be going, oh, it's a manager bounce and stuff like that. Let's deflate their bounce, essentially. Do you know what I mean? Let's deflate it. Let's stomp on it.
And it's not like Chelsea haven't ruined a party before. They've ruined parties before.
But
They've ruined
I think
parties.
that's where you're going to go wrong, because I don't think you can deflate this bounce. Once United fans get gas in them, it's like it's not even a new manager bounce. They haven't got the new manager bounce. It's like it's the ding dong, the witch is dead bounce. They're so excited that Ten Hag is gone. They could be managed by Mr. Bean right now, and they'd still be like bouncing off the wall. So I think you're in for a whole nightmare there at Old Trafford. They're going to be singing, "We've won the lot" every 2 seconds. They're going to be hyped up to the moon, and I don't think you guys are going to have a single chance. They're going to win every duel, and you're going to be suffering.
Nah.
So
hold on.
So Andrew, hold on. This is what the thing is again. I just like you, I respect records, right? You haven't won there in 11 years. So this is a big deal for you. Now you're coming to play them at a time where they literally have just fans that never used to chant at the stadium because Eric Ten Hag was there. And now like we don't have Eric Ten Hag. We are back. We're going to get there. They're getting hyped. The players are like, thank God. Like there's this sense of like you can see it and you can hear it from United fans all over the world. There's a sense of now we're starting afresh. We've got a young manager. There's this whole mentality, and because your record there has been poor, it's going to be. It could play on the Chelsea players' mindset. Like we haven't won here, and they might go in there and give it their all. Now the 12th man is a real thing. We know this in stadiums. If you've been to a game and you're in the stadium, the fans are a real thing when it comes to part of the game. Dude,
I understand that.
It will get to a point where it will get so loud you can't even hear yourselves past the ball.
Which is why I said,
hold on, sorry, Andrew. Which is why I said I think I see a draw written all over it because I think Chelsea is that good. Like I think that they're that good right now that they can go there and with all of this, euphoria that Manchester United has and everything that is going on and all the good direction they're trying to head. I think Chelsea can actually nullify that and make it a draw.
Well, that's what I was
maybe we just edge a win because.
But that's what I was. I'm not thinking. Listen, I would love to go up there and stomp them, right? But I'm under no illusion that I think it'll be close because just I think the record comes into it. But I think we should use what we did against Liverpool, like that, especially that first half where we got over the atmosphere, we came through it, started controlling it, but we just need to assert ourselves more. Do you know what I mean? That's what we need to do. Our midfield is better than theirs. I don't care what anyone says. It's better than theirs at this moment in time. Okay? Lavia and Caicedo, Palmer is better than their midfield. Okay? We have to take control. And you know what we have to do, Dayo? We have to take control and we have to, we have to? We have to score early. That's what we have to do. We have to score early to take all the euphoria out and deflate it. That's what we have to do.
I don't see it. I think we're going to be a lot more compact. Like the last game we played is an indictment on Eric Ten Hag that there was 7 goals in that game. Like that's not going to happen this time. Like if we just look at the history of this fixture, it's generally over the last 10 years been a lot of 1-1s, a lot of 0-0s, 2-1s. Like it's kind of a dead, honestly, it's kind of a dead fixture. Like it's kind of a boring fixture, like over the past like 5 or 6 seasons, right? But I think we're gonna go. I think Ruben Nestor was gonna employ a mid block. He's not gonna do what Eric Ten Hag did and try and play this chaotic style of football where it's open. Like I don't think it's going to be easy for Cole Palmer. I think Cole Palmer is going to have a quiet game. I really do, and I could be wrong. I think he's going to have a quiet game. Like
Man United is the one top 6 sides he always performs against. Yeah, I'm just saying.
Listen, I hear that, but again, it's the Ten Hag tax, man.
Wasn't that his first non-penalty GA against the top 6 side? I swear.
Yeah.
Where he dribbled.
Ten Hag tax, man. It's the Ten Hag tax. Ten Hag makes everybody look good, bro. He makes everyone look good. All Ruud van Nistelrooy has to do is keep it compact. Don't allow Cole Palmer to have a bunch of space and time. If Madueke beats us, cool. I'm cool with that. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy. That's fine. We're not gonna let Cole Palmer go crazy and do whatever he wants.
But Temi, here's the problem with using Ten Hag tax. They can just say Poch tax.
Well. Yeah,
but that's not real Poch.
They can do it there. They can.
Let's not compare Eric Ten Hag and Pochettino. Pochettino's a better manager.
I agree
No,
with you. I think
but
Pochettino
the
is a
other
better
deeper
coach.
than
thing about it,
I think
the
it's an
other
end of
thing,
an era. I think, as Ten Hag got it right, it's the end of an era for bald managers. It's the time for managers with hair, and Amorim and Ruud are going to join Arteta and showing the baldies are
Haven't
done.
bald managers been more successful than head managers for the
No,
past?
end
few
of the
years?
year,
that's why I
end of
said
that
the end of
era.
an era. That's why I said end of an era for the ball managers. But
No, no.
here's
He got
another
it wrong.
thing.
He spelled error wrong. He spelled error wrong. It was ERROR. That's what he end of an error.
End of an era.
You know the other thing with this game that I still just sense a draw is, you know, like we said earlier about the record thing, but it's not even about the individual players. You know, have you ever been in a situation whereby you had somebody who was in charge and things were not just working out, and all of a sudden they're about to switch new leadership, but in this short time you are in charge as players, literally.
Yeah.
Like you're the ones who are saying to yourselves, we don't need to listen to what this guy tells me to do every weekend on the pitch. I can be, in this period before Amorim comes, I can be free to try and take on 3-4 players. There's that sense as well with players when they have all these interim managers who are willing to allow
They're
them.
not even going to be playing the same system either. Not
Exactly.
even- they're going-
But you can be more expressive is what I'm saying.
Let
So
me-
I'm
let
saying,
me-
like,
Let me.
there's always these little things that we overlook, and eventually it comes back to bite. So I just see a draw written all over this.
So Dayo, to your point, I think that was the issue, is that we needed to do the opposite. We needed to like keep it simple, stop trying these Hollywood passes like Bruno does and Rashford making bad. Like we were doing exactly that. We were trying to take on 3 or 4 players when there was nothing on, trying to play passes that weren't there. Against again Leicester, I agree. There was a lot of fugazi stuff with the goals. I'm not here to deny that. Like Leicester, we had a deflected free kick goal by Bruno. We gave the ball away, or Leicester gave the ball away to Bruno for his last goal. You feel me? Casemiro's goal, one in you know, that's not going to happen every game, right? That ridiculous goal he scored. So there's a lot of things that were, you know, went in our direction. But I think like if you look inside like the intricacies of the game, Bruno kept it way more simple. Like he was definitely
Temi, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that whenever you change leadership like that, or even at work, change management, that short period, the people who are in charge, which is literally right now just Ruud and the players, literally knocking heads together for like the next game.
I see what you're saying.
Get through. You know, you realize that they find ways of being themselves now as a player, and not trying to do what the former manager was asking them to do.
Yeah, I
So
see
now,
what you're saying.
Yeah, so
I see
now
what you're
Bruno
saying.
can be himself. Rashford can be himself. If Rashford feels he can take on 3-4 people like he used to 3 seasons ago, he can go for it. This is the time where they can try that before Amorim comes. So that's why I said when players feel a lot relaxed and they feel like they are themselves without any, oh, he wants me to drop back or he wants me to play this super pass. Like, you know, I can be myself in this game. I think you see the difference in how they play. So I just smell a draw. That's all I'm saying, you know. So
I'm not mad at that.
I'll be honest with you. Go ahead, Temi. Go ahead.
No, yeah, I was saying I'm not mad at the draw. I mean, if
If you draw, that ain't a bad result for you. Let's be
no,
serious.
it's not a bad result. It's not a bad result. 2-1 is a bit of heart. I'll be real. It is a bit of heart because obviously against the run of play this season, Chelsea has been better. Like there's no question about that. If we look at the attacking talent that Chelsea has at their disposal, it's better than ours. Like that those things are just objectively true. But
then the Chelsea defense is horrible as well, and their goalkeeper has
great.
a lot of
exactly. Their goalkeeper suspect.
Sanchez is going to have a bozo moment. That's standard in every game. He's going to have that one moment, and if that moment leads to a goal, it's going to be problems. Their defense is also has problems. Yes, they're a better squad and a better team overall than Manchester United, but with everything happening at Manchester United right now, with change of power, coming in a new manager, fans are hyped, stadium is going crazy, everybody's happy. They've murdered the witch. Eric Ten Hag and the bald one has been pinned on the stake, and now they're getting the new person come in. With all of that happening and the record where Chelsea hasn't won in 11 years, it's a high mountain for Chelsea.
And they've been better than us. They've been better than us over the past 10 years. Like on paper, like they've been. There's been times they've come up there and we're like, yo, like we're not sure, and we've slapped them. Like honestly. So that I think that matters. I genuinely think that matters. Again, I'll repeat this. Like I think somebody already said this. It's less about Ruud and it's more about just the manager being gone. Like if he was still here, I promise you, I would be here saying Chelsea are going to win 3-1. Like I promise you I would have said that. Like no fake fan stuff where you know you're bloviating when your team's not good. No, I'd have been like we're holding a beating. Like that's what's going to happen. So like Yeah, no, but now it's very, very different. Like, here's the thing. I think this game is going to be decided by moments. I don't like saying that more often than not, but I genuinely think this is going to be like who can capitalize on the moments as opposed to what's happening within the 90-minute framework. Because I think it's going to be kind of an ugly game, but there's going to be those 1, 2, 3 moments by each team. Whoever capitalizes on those is going to be the winner. It's not going to be about who plays better or who's doing this and this.
You're going to get players trying to prove that they are worthwhile staying at Manchester United.
Exactly.
When Amorim's around, they know Amorim's watching.
Exactly.
If they do want to be there, they'll show up. But I'm thinking about the Man United team. There's a good chance after all this hype that it'll just be 3-0 to Chelsea after 15 minutes, walking through the back of them. But I still think United have this one in the back.
Yeah. Hussam, put up that super chat.
Can I before we do this, I want to say something. Chelsea fans, you better not let me down, you motherfuckers. This is your moment right here. We have to crash this fucking party. I'm sick and tired of seeing United fans happy. I want them to be miserable again. This is what we're gonna do, my people. This Sunday, listen, allegiance started. We're gonna start an allegiance with Chelsea. Fuck Man United. That is always the bigger enemy. Regardless what the fuck is happening in this universe, that's always the bigger enemy. Man United. Listen, we come this Sunday. This Sunday, I'm saying we. Because for that 90 minutes, I'm backing Chelsea. I'm backing Chelsea.
I will be
any of these blue bastards goals, I will celebrate them because I'm sick and tired of switching on this YouTube platform. Every United fan is smiling ear to ear. They're all happy. They're all excited and shit. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of this shit. Every single day, some random United fan is doing to. I read the tweet today. Someone wants to put a £1 billion release clause on fucking Garnacho. Have some shame. Have some shame. They put a £1 billion release clause on Karim Benzema. And you want to put it on Garnacho. 1 second, Temi. This is personal. This is personal, you mank bastards. Because I don't forget what you guys said in the first season of Ten Hag. I will never forget. See, we say Arsenal fans are annoying. Liverpool fans are annoying. Chelsea fans are annoying. By far the most annoying fan base is Man United. They can never be successful again. If they become successful again, I heard in the first season, and I will speak for Martin, Andrew, and Dayo here. I'm speaking for all three of them. In the first season, Ten Hag's first season was better than Pep, Klopp, and Arteta. Ten Hag is more successful already in his first season than this guy and that guy. This is the new era of Man United. We are here to take over. If we buy 2 players in the summer, we're going to win the fucking league. We're going to challenge Guardiola and Klopp next season. Lisandro Martinez is better than Van Dijk. Now suddenly, a year later, Lisandro's the worst. I've had enough of this United shit. This ends this Sunday. Come on, Chelsea.
All I'm going to say is,
Just send that video to the dressing room.
Hold on.
Send this to the dressing room.
All I'm gonna say is, if we win that game on Sunday, Hussam, if I call your phone and you don't pick up, I'm exposing you. I will expose you for your crimes that you just committed for the last 2 minutes. I will expose you. I will bring the clip back where you did this. And we will celebrate. I promise you, I will wear my native attire and I will celebrate on your platform like you are a Liverpool fan. I'm going to make this channel a Man United fan channel if we win this Sunday. I promise you that for a fact.
I don't think Hussam knows what he's asking for, because if Chelsea win, then they're going to be like, "Oh, we're only 1 point behind the mighty."
Yeah,
Liverpool.
he doesn't.
You know,
Hussam, listen. Here's the thing.
We're losing to Brighton.
Here's the thing.
We're not going to lose to Brighton at home.
Hussam, you're in a terrible position. If Chelsea win, you're in trouble. If Man United win, you're in trouble. You're not in a good spot right now.
If Man United win, I'm in trouble. You're 14th, buddy. Why would I be in trouble?
Let me tell you why. Because it's a signal that the future is bright. And that is the scariest thing that you could ever want from Manchester United. The future being bright. It has been shit for 3 seasons. It's been shit.
Oh.
And the fact
You are 11 points behind me 9 games into the season.
Listen,
And you're telling me I should be worried if you win?
Listen, this season.
Why the hell
season-
should I be worried if
Osam,
you
the
win?
only-
This
the only-
season,
listen,
11 points behind
Osam,
me.
This
9
season
games
is
into
an
the season.
exercise in futility.
Osam, the only
This-
thing you need to be worried about if United win is United fans talking crap about how
Yes, this is
that's
true.
it. But like because of the
This is
history you guys have, this is the truth is, let's be realistic. We can banter if we want to, but even Amorim right now is not going to turn your season around overnight. He's
No.
going to come in and
It's
he's
not
going
about
to-
this season. It's not about this season. Not about this season.
So that's what I'm saying. Regardless of how well you guys play or whatever happens, the bottom line is Liverpool fans, Arsenal fans, City fans, even Chelsea fans are not going to be like, "Oh my God, we're scared right now." It's going to take you at least a season or two, to get your act together. He's going to want his own players.
Just play my speech in the Chelsea
guys
This is all of this
They'll
excitement.
somehow get
All
there.
of this excitement is not about the now. It's not about the now. Listen, this season is washed. I'm here to let you know. All I want from this season.
So why should I be worried if you win then?
Listen,
you just
you should be worried because if we actually have a competent manager, you're fucked. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's all I'm trying
How
to tell
does
you.
that,
If
how
we
does that
actually-
impact me this season?
No, listen. I told you it's not about this season.
If it's not about this season, then I'm fucking
not about this season.
Listen, so what you're saying?
This is about the big picture.
Tell me, hold on. Tell me. So what you're saying is that
big picture. We need to sign our players in contracts.
Are you
Has
saying
nothing to do with Man
hold on,
United.
are you saying that every other team doesn't have a big picture because you now have a big picture? Because in 2-3 seasons, when you think you're going to be very good and start trashing teams, do you know what plans these teams have for themselves? You don't know what Liverpool has planned.
Yeah, no one's standing still.
You don't know what Chelsea has
Yeah,
planned. No
listen.
team is standing still. It's not like, oh my God,
Yeah.
now we have Amorim. We're going to
Listen.
everybody. It is
I mean-
hold on.
Catch
It
up.
is almost impossible for you to say just because you now have a manager that people have given a check mark to and says is a good manager, that all of a sudden every other team will stand stagnant and you will catch up to them. That's not how it works. It doesn't work that way because here's what's going to happen. Teams like Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, City, if they win anything, if they start winning anything within the next 2 to 3 years, the best players will want to come to them and not to you because you just started building. So what's going to happen is you're going to have to get into major winning ways for you to get those best players to be able to compete against these top guys. So there's no way it's happening in 2 or 3 seasons. So calm down, relax. There's no
But
rush.
also-
Why would I listen? You're not.
We just
here's
destroyed
what-
Temi's parade. I love it.
Here's what's not gonna happen.
Just crashed the party.
Here's
Calm
what's
down.
not gonna happen. I will not be calm. I will not be calm. I will not calm down. I will not do any of that. I have been depressed for so long. I have been depressed for so. You guys don't get it. You guys just don't get it. You guys have got your little. Well, I mean, Arsenal kind of gets it, but like Chelsea, you guys have a Champions League recently. You've won a league title in the last 6 or 7 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's been some form of like we have been god awful for so long. The fact that I know at a minimum I'm getting decent football and a manager who is competent, that is exciting. That is exciting.
No.
It doesn't.
No,
Wait. No, I let you speak. Wait. I let you guys speak. Wait. Let me land. I let Buddy speak. Listen, I get it. This season, are we gonna compete for the league title? No, obviously not. That top 4, not impossible. Not impossible. Top 4 is not impossible this season. I'll say that. Is it unlikely? Yes, but definitely not impossible. So I'm excited for the future. People are saying, "Oh, people are." I heard the argument of, "Well, everyone else is moving in a certain direction." It's different when the biggest club in England is moving in a direction because the momentum is just it's going to pick up much quicker.
Biggest club in England.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so let me dispel that again. Let me dispel that again. You were the biggest club in England because of how far
we still are. We still are.
No. Here's what I'm saying. When you talk about biggest,
More
right?
trophies, Liverpool Football
Listen,
Club.
if you're talking about just trophies, yes, you are Liverpool and you are top there. If you're just using trophies, if we're talking about the club as a club like Manchester United, right? And even look at Brighton over the last few years, has been run so well that there are players that would rather go to Brighton right now than go to Manchester United as of today. So let's not use that whole because we were this, right? Because if that's the logic, people can keep on saying, well, we've also won this back in the day. We've also done this back in the day. So, yeah, well, you haven't done it. It doesn't work. I'm saying let's look at the present and what is going and what will happen.
I'll use a present example. I was arguing with Saeed on his channel a couple weeks ago. He was saying there's no way that Ruben Amorim would want to come to our club in the current situation that we're in because we're in 14th place. We haven't won in the Europa League yet. He's a top candidate. Real Madrid are looking at him. Other top clubs are looking at him. There's no way he's going to come to Manchester United. And what happened? What happened?
So because business. Listen. You're buying out his contract first and foremost. Let's not do this.
If he says no, If he says no, you cut me off. If he says no to coming to Man United, they're not going to buy his contract. Yes or no?
I hear you. Let me finish. Listen, you go to the club.
Why would people say Amorim would say no to Man United anyway? He's managing Sporting Lisbon, with all due respect.
I agree with you. That's why I'm saying, like.
By the way, just so everyone knows, Dayo, this is very important. Amorim, in a title race with Sporting Lisbon, went to interview for the West Ham job and apologized to the Sporting Lisbon fans. So never mind big Man United, second biggest club in England. He interviewed with West Ham, bro.
Yeah,
with West Ham.
But that's my point. I'm saying that because this is business, whoever was saying that Amorim would not come to Manchester United was joking, because they don't know what they're saying. The bottom line is, if you go to Sporting Lisbon and you say to Sporting Lisbon, I will buy out this contract, Sporting needs the money. Yeah, they want the manager, but this eventually the club owners is about their profit, right? So the owners are like, listen, we've won something with him. We can get somebody else to come in and we can start again and we can make some good money off this. They will talk him down into moving. Why do you think Manchester United were also able to get your defender's name as against Real Madrid? It's also the business. The owner of the team, after he saw that Man U put more money on the table, turned around and said, look, this is what it's about as well. So there was no way he was going to come. People should not be saying, oh, yeah, because it's a match. No, I'm not saying Manchester United is not a big club. You are a big club in name, in history, in trophies. Yes, you are. Massive. Nobody can take that away from you. In recent times, the football on the pitch, you're not a big club when it comes to the football on the pitch. And because you're not a big club when it comes to the football on the pitch, better players will find it hard to say, I want to go play over there, because it's
you just proved my point in that whole conversation. Like you actually proved my point. Man United, yes, we're not a big club in terms of how we've been playing on the football pitch. But you can't tell me that if a player has Brighton in front of them or Man United in front of them, that they're going to pick. They're going to, especially with the current structure that we've put in place. You can't tell me that a player will pick Brighton over Manchester United. It's not happening.
Look, when you had Erik ten Hag, right? The problem, like again, that I'm saying is you have talented players that he has made look mediocre. So a talented player would look at you and be like, I don't want to put myself in that position, right? Yep. Like, unless maybe it has to do with the club to club business and it's money. Like the clubs are like, So my point is, regardless, a player who wants to grow, I know he's no longer here, which is good. Now, Amorim is coming, but Amorim is going to need his own players. He's going to need his own time. He's going to need his own space to be able to build his own thing, which is why I said, be excited as a Man U fan, because you now have a different direction that you're going in, but you know that this is going to take time. It's not going to be in one season, and it's not going to be
Of course, it's not going to be one season. But here's the thing: I don't think it has to be 3 or 4 seasons. You feel me? I think we've seen that a rebuild can be fast tracked. Like people talk about, like Jurgen Klopp. Oh, it took Jurgen Klopp. It took Jurgen Klopp 5 years to win a league title or something like that. But they were showing progression early. Like the football got better very, very quickly. Like obviously there was bumps on the road, but there was big wins when Jurgen Klopp took over, winning against Big Six clubs, showing progress. Like that's all we need to see. That's all we need to see. The signings, I think we finally have an actual structure in place, and we saw that this past summer with the signings we made. I thought we made a lot of good signings, and I think that will replicate itself. The biggest issue is we've had so many managers who didn't have a director of football, had too much of a say. Now we have people in place that actually
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, go
ahead. Can I ask you a question as a Man U fan? Simple question. So this is just a general question. Like, do you think that the signings that you guys have made under Erik ten Hag, do you think that the Amorim style of play, because I've watched a bit of Lisbon and I don't think that the players you guys have are the kind of players that he would want, but I don't know. You know, he's 39, he's an amazing manager. He might be able to do magic. But do you think that he will be able to do anything with this crop of players that are not his this season? Yeah. Do you think he'll be able to stamp his style of football, like show his style through these players who are not his and might not be able to play his style?
Yeah, I do. I actually do. I think a lot of the players will fit into the system. Actually, if we start from the back, most of our center backs have played in a back three system at one point or another in their career. Ugarte that's the best football he's played was under Ruben Amorim. Same thing with Kobe Manu, who's played in the back three before. Marcus Rashford has played in the back three before. Rasmus Højlund has played in the back three. So all of these players are accustomed to the system. I genuinely believe all of these players were operating at 30% of their capacity under the previous manager. Like, I think that's how far he dropped their levels. So I think just a manager who gets them back to just playing the way they're supposed to, not even exceeding expectations, just getting back to playing at a base level that's competent. Yes, they can fit on this system. Like, these guys, at the end of the day, these are we can criticize them. I can criticize these players all I want. These are top level. Like, if you're getting to Manchester United, you have something about you, right? Even Bruno Fernandes. I don't rate Bruno Fernandes, right? He's played in the back three. So if Amorim wants to give him a chance and says, "Hey, you can do something," I'll allow it. I'll respect it. You know what I mean? So I do think
this is why we need Man United to win, because we need them to believe in their players and not get any new players.
We're gonna
we need them to be hyped up to the moon. So if they do fail,
win the week after.
We're gonna this season.
Chelsea's perfect for me.
This season is all about figuring out the players that we're gonna bypass and the players that can stay. Like that. That's what the next.
I think you guys should keep everyone. It's a perfect squad. You don't need anyone else.
We definitely need players, absolutely. But this squad is. I think we had this debate before. This squad is not as bad as they've looked. Like, this is not a 14th place squad. Like, come on. Like, let's be real here. Like, this is not a squad that's fourth. Like, most of these players have either been elsewhere and won things.
To ask Sam if we take Wolves players over this squad first before we can decide that.
That's funny.
Say that again.
That's funny.
We need to ask Sam if he would take more Wolves players than your squad, Temi. That's all. We just need to ask Sam that.
Listen, I'm looking at the United squad. I think Mainoo's a good player.
Yes.
I think that one probably 90% will agree on. I think Ugarte will thrive in the Amorim system. He literally was played under him. And he's a destroyer DM, so they need that in the Premier League. I think Bruno will probably play better. Their defense is the interesting part here, because I actually don't think on paper they have a bad defense. Onana, Mazraoui, De Ligt, Lissandro, and Dayo, that's not a bad defense at all. That's not like a 14th place defense. So that's why I'm like, you can have Pinnock from Brentford be above you. You get me? Like, that's
not bad, but also not in demand or not rated to the level that they need to be. I think that if the level that they want to get back is to title challenging and all that they're going to have to replace the entire squad.
100%. They are in a rebuild. 100%.
Let me give you an example, right? Let me give you an example. So I have never ever rated Scott McTominay, right? Like, I've never rated him. He leaves our club. He is a mainstay in Napoli's team right now, and they are in first place in Serie A. Like, I still don't think he's that good of a player, but the manager he is under has gotten him playing to a level where he is in a title challenging side in a top league. Do you see what I'm saying? Like,
the counter is Nuno Tavares has 8 assists, but everyone thinks he's the most ridiculous left back in the world of football and lets dogs lick his lips. No one rates that guy, but in Serie A, he's got the most. I think he's got 8 assists in 8 games or something. So McTominay, I think Serie A is a good place for people to shine unexpectedly, but I don't know.
I'm not even putting it down to just numbers. It's just like he's getting consistent game time and he's playing well. He's playing above his level because he has a manager that is getting him to play
maybe not above his level. Maybe he's actually now found someone that can bring out the best in him. There's a big difference.
And that's fair. And I take that too. I take that one too.
You can have players, in your squad, and they look terrible because the manager is not playing to their strength.
Yep.
And I saw Conte personally win a league with Victor Moses at right wing back. You know what I mean?
Hold up, the comments are crazy. People talking about Serie A's not. Listen, people are saying Serie A's not at. Listen, people, the difference between these leagues is not as drastic as people make it out to be. I want to say that right now. Like, it's not Premier League and Serie A's down here.
That's why I said to you, Leicester and Tappy's stream, I have to have the same energy. When people are telling me some of my players were shit last season, and it was not down to Poch or anything like that, I have to have the same energy. See what some of these. Personally right now, I have my own opinion about some of these United players because of the way they've played the last few years. I need to see who is actually good or not with a progressive manager, right? With someone who's up to date, because we're finding out that Ten Hag's probably on the dinosaur side of managers, not actually a progressive coach. So I need to have the same, and I need to keep the same energy to see who's going to be very good. I don't think Bruno actually has a place in this team under Amorim.
I don't think so either. But listen, I don't think so either. But I think
but that's the thing. You don't think so because of the previous managers he's played under. And you would be shocked that a new manager would come in. And here's the thing, Chelsea is a very good example. Last season with Pochettino, we all saw how crap a lot of the players looked.
Those are young players, though.
But still, they now have a younger manager who has no experience like Pochettino, but they're playing better now. The point, look at
Poch didn't have the access to the same players.
Barcelona is another example. Under Xavi, what were they doing? They were struggling. They bring in Hansi Flick. He brings in a couple. In fact, loses a couple of players, brings in 1 or 2 players. Look at Barcelona this season. So the thing is, certain managers can come in and change players. I think Bruno is a good player, and I think that the right person can. I think he's a good. I did not say a great player, a good player with the right person playing him the way he should be played. He can look better.
Dayo, should I tell you something, Dayo? My thing is this: I think he'll start with him and play with him for most of this season, and then
get rid of him.
A decision will be made in the summer. That'd be my prediction.
I agree with that. That's possible. I'm just saying, like, you might see a different, and he might get worse. He might get worse under him, or he might get better. The thing is, we don't know what Amorim is bringing to the
100%. I agree with that. I agree with the.
But what we do know is that we can rate these players, and Bruno is not a crap player. Like, he's not crap.
He's not crap, but he's not good enough. He's not a good enough leader. He's inconsistent.
Yeah. See, here's the thing. I watch him. Obviously, I watch every game, right? And this is, for me, it's definitely, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I've seen him on. He has been the mainstay in this team over the last 4 or 5 seasons. Like, everything. I mean, when I say every position, yeah, got you, bro. Every position, maybe outside of Marcus Rashford too, has changed over the last 3. He has been the mainstay in a team that finished 7th, a team that finished 8th. I just, and he's not young. He's not a young player. This man's going to be 30 like next year. Like, this is not something, where he's shown some brilliance, or he's won league titles like a Casemiro, where, like, okay, I'll give Casemiro another chance, even though he played poorly over the last maybe 6 months or 8 months, whatever the case may be. I'll give him a chance, right? Because he has the credit in the bank. Like, Bruno's credit in the bank is stats. To me, that's I'm not here for it. You feel me? I need something more than that. So again, if I would love to be proven wrong, though. I would love to be proven. I hope that Amorim comes in and takes every single player to that level where we're competing. I just don't think it's going to be the case. You feel me? I think we need to make signings, obviously, do the things.
We've seen many examples with players like that, and I just think that if you rate Amorim that well, I'm not saying that Amorim won't get his own players. He will get his own players, but if you rate Amorim as much as everybody's rating him right now because of what he's done at Sporting, I think, again, you need to look at the Portuguese connection.
He did really well at Sporting, to be fair.
You need to look at the Portuguese connection between them. You need to look at look at history. Kai Havertz was at Chelsea. Everybody said it's done, but another manager looked at him and said that I can find something out of this guy.
I agree.
And got him playing to a certain level. I'm not saying he's the greatest right now, but he's playing good. So my thing is, my thing is, let's give Amorim the chance to do what he can do with the players that you guys have.
100%. I agree. I think a big test this season is, I want to see players improving again. We haven't seen that in a really long time. We haven't seen players like Kobe Mainoo. As much as I love him, like, he hasn't been at his best this season, right? It's like, it feels like slowly. He's been injured the last couple of weeks, but even before then, like, it felt like it got to a point where, like, any player that came into this team, even if they started at a certain level, they come back, they come down to the level of everybody else. You feel me? So one thing I really want to see is, can Amorim take the team that's currently where it's currently at and just raise the level of this team, and then we bring signings on top of that. You feel me? Like, and then we go from there. I again, the fresh slate thing, pretty much everyone has a fresh slate. I have my opinions on certain players that I'm not going to budge on. I'll be real, unless I'm proven wrong. But yeah, no, I hear that he has to, if we think he's the coach, that if he's the coach I think he's going to be, he definitely has to improve with the players he has at his disposal. I completely agree with that.
Okay, so now we get back to this Sunday, and this is how I want to wrap up this United Chelsea section. Big up everyone as well locked in. Let's get the likes up. What's gonna happen this Sunday, Temi, as Andrew comes back from taking a shit?
Oh man, so I think it's gonna be a really tight game. I think it's gonna be a little bit of I don't want to say a boring game, but for someone who's not a football purist, they might find it boring. You feel me? I think it's gonna be one of those 2-1s where it's kind of cagey, a real tactical battle in midfield, and it's gonna come down to which attacking players can or not even have to. It doesn't have to be attacking players. Which player can find that moment? Whether it's Casemiro in the box scoring a header, whether it's Cole Palmer doing some magic, right, and scoring scoring out of nothing. I think it's going to come down to one of those type of moments. But I'm predicting that history will be on our side. A new energy will be on our side, and I'm predicting that 2-1 victory. My goal scorers, Marcus Rashford, and I'm going to go with Casemiro. 3 in a row. Make it 3 in a row.
Andrew, just like Temi, just give me your prediction for this Sunday.
We're gonna break the record. I've changed my mind since last time. I'm gonna go big and bold, 3-1, comfortable 3-1. That's what I'm gonna go for.
Okay, same question, Dayo.
2-2. I'm going for score 2-2. I think it's gonna be 2-2. I think I just sense there's just too much happiness going on at Manchester United right now, and the record doesn't speak well for Chelsea. 11 years and you haven't won at Old Trafford, so that's not. It's not a good. It's almost like when we used to play Spurs and we hadn't won at their stadium for 9 years. Like, bro, every time we went there, I was just like, yeah, I'll take a draw and walk away from it. So I think I see a draw basically.
Was it really 9
Martin?
years?
Yeah.
3-1 Manchester United.
I love it.
I'm gonna say 4-1 to Chelsea. Chelsea are slapping those bombs.
Hey, wait. What time is it? 53, 59. Bet. Got it.
Bet, yes. 4-1 to Chelsea. I think Palmer is going to get at least 2 GA in that game. Madueke is going to get involved in the game. Jackson is going to get involved in the game. Chelsea win by 4-1, and they destroy the.
See, I think you're not giving Ruud enough credit. He's going to let Chelsea have the ball in spaces. He's going to force them out wide. He's going to hit them with the counter.
Martin is such a troll. Stop it.
No, I've played Ruud. We played against
Stop it. So we're not about to do this.
Sam,
Stop
can I make this Sam, let me
Go
make
on.
this promise to you, right? If we win 4-1, I don't think I'll argue with you about Liverpool and Chelsea for the rest of the season. If we win 4-1.
Oh, this is pathetic.
I'm
actually disgusted by this.
If we win 4-1, I just don't,
This Chelsea pool truce is absolutely disgusting.
No. Make no mistake. I still hate Chelsea. I just hate Man United more.
Husam is about to be your juju this weekend, buddy. That's what he's about to be. He just cursed you.
See.
He just cursed you. He just cursed
When
you.
Chelsea slap you by 4 goals, I'm gonna call you. How about you pick up? I'm gonna call you. I'll remind you of this.
I will listen. My phone is right here. Make sure you pick up the phone. I will call you. I will leave a voicemail. I will call you and leave a voicemail.
If we win 3,
I remember when we didn't win at Old Trafford for a really long time, and then we won 5-0, and then that shit stopped right there. So that's how you know how you end the record.
Oh my God.
You know that United over the last 11 years have had the worst thing when it comes to these record things. Like, always someone hasn't won on their ground for a while. They come in, they slap them, and then the record thing just disappears. You know that City didn't win at Old Trafford for a really long time, and then they won 6-1, and then it stopped. You get what I'm saying? 6-1, 5-0, 7-0. It's just been embarrassing. But anyway,
Ruud will not let that happen.
I'm going to spam the United channel so much I'm going to get banned if we win 4-1. I swear. I'm just going to.
Hey, I'm all for that. I got banned from a couple of City channels. Big up to my guy Redline Tarango says, get this fraud Husam to 50k subs, likes, and subscribe. Yes, big up to my guy Redline Tarango. Make sure you guys are listening to him, hitting the like button, subscribing. We're under 30 subscribers away from 40.2k. So we keep going on to 41k and then 42k, inshallah. Then the road to 50. So hit the like button. We're 18 likes away from 200 likes. So please like and subscribe. Did you know Ten Hag beat Amorim 5-1 and 4-2? I actually went and checked this. When Ajax played Sporting Lisbon, this is true. Ten Hag did beat Amorim 5-1 and 4-2. He ain't making that up. Go check the Champions League stats. And that was a good Ajax side as well.
Was that the COVID one or was that the...
Just saying. Just saying. But you don't even have to mention that. Just
Poch also
mention
had one of
fact
the greatest comebacks in Champions League history against Eric Ten Hag. So is Poch now the best manager in the world, or what are we
He's
doing?
fir-
Hey,
he's
Poch
third,
is an
wouldn't he?
amazing manager. Big up Poch.
Poch is
Big
great.
up to Elias who says, I'm telling you, Hussam minimum 3-0 to
Hey,
Chelsea.
listen, I'm clipping all of these, man. I'm clipping. I'm clipping.
making a
I
list.
have the
Making a list.
receipts. The
Making a list.
receipts. Oh my goodness, bro. The receipts are gonna be fantastic. The shit. Listen, when we win, oh my goodness, I am going to be shameless.
Oh, when we win now.
When
Okay.
we win, I am going to be absolutely shameless. I will be
Mhm.
absolutely shameless. It's
I
going to be
expect
great.
nothing different.
Badly
Okay.
done catches, lads. It's
Okay.
gonna get
He
gassy
said
around here.
win. Not
Bro, stop this crowd bullshit. If Man United don't score within the first 15 minutes, that shower stadium is going deaf. They think we're scared of Garnacho, bro. You know, as we all know, Old Trafford is falling down. Everyone knows already, man. Big up to you,
Fourth
Elias. Big up
highest
the,
waterfall in the UK.
yeah, the Old Trafford.
That's
Beautiful
crazy,
waterfall.
man. That's crazy. Listen,
Imagine you AI edited that background to like somewhere in Morocco. Everyone would believe it's a waterfall. I swear to God. Everyone believe it. So like if I got like a video editor to change Old Trafford to like Morocco or something, everyone go like, wow, such a beautiful scene in nature, until they realize it's a fucking
And to
football
your
stadium.
left.
the
A
Glazer,
beautiful waterfall.
Listen, don't blame the United fans for what the Glazers have done to us. Don't blame. Listen, Sir Jim Ratcliffe wants to build a Wembley in the north. That's what he said. He wants to.
No. I've got to stop. I said it earlier.
You know that
This has
Hicks
got-
and Gillette
this has got
wanted to build a
stop.
stadium
No,
as well.
Sam, this has got to stop us, Sam. They ruined this whole thing. Oh, we've been in the wilderness. Good. Stay there. Stay in the wilderness. Stay
Why?
in Siberia.
Why?
Stay
That's
in
rich
Siberia.
coming from
You
Chelsea.
had yours. You had your 13 titles out of 20. Gone. This is gone. Have your Siberia moment. We don't want you back. All this other. When I hear other
We don't want you frauds back. Listen, I thought
we're the
this
establishment.
American. Listen, I was so happy when I heard an American pulled up to own you guys. I was like, perfect. They're gonna
No,
end
you
Chelsea.
don't
They're
understand.
gonna end
We're owned
Chelsea.
by
But
Saudis,
somehow you
bro.
guys got
We're not owned
decent
by
American
Americans. We're
owners.
owned by Saudis. It's gonna come out. We're owned by Saudis. You watch. That's what
I
it's
wouldn't.
gonna
I
come out.
wouldn't be surprised.
Relax.
I wouldn't be. Listen, decent.
Leave that to
proud
me.
of
I
them
need
as well.
Decent American owners. How does this happen? Listen,
They
you guys have
spent
had
1.5
your
billion.
success. You had a Russian
What's he gonna be
oligarch.
right in the end?
there's just one person there who's like the major American. I think the rest of them are all other people who.
Yeah. I know. This is all tongue in cheek. All tongue in cheek.
I wish he single handedly and solely owned them. Then you would see what Americans do to companies. Like you'd be like, yeah.
That's true. That's very true. Yeah.
It's because he doesn't have that much. Like he does have a bit of power, but not as much. So the other guys will always like
This
bring
is
that
true.
balance,
This
you
is
know.
true.
So, but hey,
Chelsea's shit defense conceded 11, Arsenal 10 is what.
okay. So
Elias-
yes, I wanted to address this. The context again. We played out of the 9 games, 3 of them.
Don't even bother,
With,
Dayo.
no, hold on. With 10 men, we played another one without our best defender, and the
Dayo,
defender
Arsenal
got
fan?
out of it. So hold on. So if Arsenal, with all the defensive injuries that we have had, with our best defenders, played 10 men in games against City, we played Liverpool, we played Aston Villa, we played Tottenham. Like, what are you talking about? Chelsea fans are just delusional. You're playing good football. I agree with you, and I've said this before. You're playing good football. Your manager is decent. Listen, calm down. Calm down. Don't be bringing up all these records. I know you're bunches, so I'm going to give you.
Tell them, Dayo. Tell them.
No, I will tell you. You must hear it. Since
Tell them.
you have paid. Listen, you paid super chats to hear this banter, the
Yoruba accent is coming out.
This monologue I am giving you. You paid for it, and so I must give you.
You should do it with the mask on.
I will be doing you an injustice if I don't give you these words out of my mouth because you have paid. When you buy something, you must collect it. So when you come here and say the almighty Arsenal defense, you don't want to put context on it, my friend.
Dayo, you've taken the bait and the hook and the line and the rod
and everything. And the fish and
I'm
like
rolling with it.
and the Old Trafford water. Just quickly before we move on to the Arsenal segment, because I know there are match-going fans as well who watch this stream. I just want to say to all the Chelsea fans going to Old Trafford, make sure you take a bucket with you for the rain and a bucket in case you need to piss as well, so you don't get any of the diseases in the bathrooms. And if you do have to go to the cafeteria, please don't order the chicken because of the salmonella. So just
don't order anything.
just go vegan.
Wait, Usam, where is this at?
Go vegan this day at Old Trafford.
Oh, come on, chill out, man. Chill out,
Oh,
man.
yeah, I heard the food.
Hey, when I went to Old Trafford,
I
I went to Old Trafford. When I went to Old
I heard
Trafford, I had some
the-
food. I didn't get sick, man.
No, you see, there's a difference. Your stomach.
Did you have the chicken?
No, I didn't have the chicken.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Then. That's what I'm telling you. That's what I'm advising them to not have.
It's
You
the
know?
chicken.
Don't take the chicken.
Hey,
Don't take
man.
the
Hey,
chicken.
man. Listen, next time I go to Old Trafford, I'm trying the chicken. You feel me?
It's,
Just for you.
it's,
Oh,
New Man United.
God.
They've
Try the
sacked the
chicken-
old
try
lady
the
that
chicken
works
and
in
chips.
reception.
Yeah.
You know, they've sacked half of their staff. They don't get Christmas
They have a
parties.
new chef now
New
who
structure.
knows how to cook the chicken now. Anyway, listen, on that note, big up to all of you guys in the chat. Make sure you guys are liking, make sure you guys are subscribing. Big up to Elias, big up to Redline and Teranga, big up to Zoro as well. Big up every single super chatter, big up everyone who supports the channel. Guys, we have hit 200 likes, so thank you guys so much. Let's try hit 250 likes. As we speak on Arsenal, Odegaard situation, you got me tomorrow. Newcastle bounce back opportunity for Arsenal. I mean, their last result was a draw to Liverpool. Before that, you lost the game, right? You lost to Bournemouth, yeah. So it's been a loss and a draw. So we start with Martin for this one. Talk to me about Arsenal and your feeling headed into Newcastle.
Well, apparently it's being painted as revenge for last year, where the whole Joe Linton shove in the back and line incident goal that we all remember. I don't know. I don't think we're going to be coming from that angle. I think we're going to try and outmuscle Newcastle in their home. And I suspect we're going to be selecting the NBA team again if we can, and trying to win a lot of balls in the air. I don't see this being the game for Nwaneri. I know everyone wants him to start, but Arteta said we've got to manage his minutes because he's physically not ready for starting games, apparently. So I don't think he can do another game straight after the one which he just did, which was a very good performance. But I suspect that we'll probably see Martinelli, Havertz, Saka, Trossard behind them, and then Marino and Rice, and maybe Partey still right back because Timber's coming in and out of fitness. He's not really like 100%. Calafiori's out for a few more weeks at least. Tomiyasu's out forever. Zinchenko I don't think is going to play. So yeah, it's going to be a tough game, and we're going to have to beat them at their own game, which is elbowing people off the ball in the head when the ref's not looking, and shoving people in the back to get goals. So I don't care how we do it. I want to get out of there with a 1-0, and hopefully it's as stinky as possible. So any of our haters do watch-alongs, they get really bored.
Great thinking.
Wait, real quick, serious question.
Thinking, man.
Serious
That's good
question.
thinking. Spin on it.
Serious question. Is this a must win?
Yeah, every game is a must win for Arsenal. Every game. I think what most people don't realize again is this. I always when I talk about like
you're an Arsenal fan, right? I just want to confirm that.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Like when I talk about like last season, City won 28 games, Arsenal won 28 games. It's not like they won 29 games and won the league. Like, do you understand what I feel like? We had the same number of wins. The difference was in the losses and the draws, which is where we have to be careful, right? So every game is a must win. If you look at it from that point of view, they had 3 losses, 7 draws, right? We had 5 losses and 5 draws, and that lost us the league. That's it. Like, that's all you need to do to lose the league against Man City. So you're going up against the team that, even when they're weakest, like right now, Man City has maybe 12, 13 outfield players that are fit. Everybody else is injured. But this same Man City team will find a way to win. So I think this season I'm more confident in Arsenal and the way we're playing when it comes to like difficult situations, with injuries, how we've managed ourselves, how we've gotten a draw when we need to get a draw, but we can't afford to lose any more games because of
I agree with you.
I have another question.
We can't afford to.
I have another question as a follow-up, because I think this season for Arsenal is so fascinating to me, because it feels like the pressure, I don't know, just from the outside looking in, I feel like there's a lot of pressure on y'all, but when I talk to Arsenal fans, I don't feel that sense of urgency. I don't know if, and I could be wrong.
So let me put it this way. I think this is what it is. This is what it is. Rival fans are putting the pressure. So you see it from the outside, like everybody, Arsenal, if you don't win, you're bottled. Everybody's doing all that. But Arsenal fans who have watched Arsenal play crap for years, and then suddenly over the last 2-3 years, sees progression in the team consistently getting better season in, season out. Sees the players getting better season in, season out. Even players that we were talking about last season, Sell Partey, he's still injury prone. This season,
but you do agree it's must win tomorrow, though.
No, it is a must win.
So there is pressure. Then you're not. It's not rivals making it. There is pressure.
No, I'm just answering his question. He said that Arsenal fans seem to not when they talk about the game, they don't talk about it from a pressure point perspective.
I wanted to let me finish. Let me because I tried to. I
Let
wanted
him
to.
land, let him land.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I was trying to finish the point. So like, I don't like. Yes, I don't feel that necessary like sense of urgency. But then another thing is like, I don't know if this team is capable of stringing like 7-8 wins on the bounce in the Premier League. Like, is that? Do you think you guys can do that? Like, because I think that's what
We've
it's
done
like.
that twice though. Like in the 2 seasons ago, we did it at the start of the season. We got like 50 points out of 57, and then last season, the second half, we got 16 wins out of 18 games with a draw away at Man City. So
And this Bournemouth,
I think we're confident. We
our
know that
second
we can
loss,
do
our
it.
first loss in 6 months.
But wait there. I think the issue is that we're used to it now. We're used to these games being you have to win every game, and normally we do. So the only reason we haven't won games more this season is because of red cards. So if we can stop getting red cards, I think that we'll be back to winning ways. And I think that we've got a better draw coming up over the horizon. We've got to get past Newcastle, Inter, and Chelsea in this next week.
Can I challenge that? Because I watched the Bournemouth game and y'all weren't playing well before that red card. Like it wasn't like, oh, you guys were stomping Bournemouth and then the red card happened and then you guys
but we don't tend to do that in away games. We tend to just we nullify the opposition, we try and nullify the crowd, and then we take our goals and try and get out of there with a win. Right? We try not to make it so dramatic. We're going all out attack and we leave ourselves open. So I think there's a reason for that, but it wasn't a good performance. But it was also the worst part of all of our injuries and suspensions and everything else. So if we can just get like our full starting 11 back together, I think we'll start to see a lot of wins.
Yeah, and again, this season, Arsenal has not been playing exciting football, but they've been finding ways not to lose. The Bournemouth game was the one unsustainable thing that we did, which we had already done against Brighton and done against a City as well. Playing with 10 men and finding a way to either draw those games and get a point out of it. That's not a sustainable thing to do for any club. So against Bournemouth, when they did finally beat us with 10
I think Bournemouth are going to beat City tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, when they finally beat out the 10 men, it was coming. It was coming. You can't sustain playing 10 men against every team.
Some instinct, trust me.
So for me, yeah, I think Arsenal, we're not playing exciting, we're playing pragmatic football. This season, I think rival fans want to be able to banter and say, you're not playing good football, so you're not going to win. No, we're just going to go in there, do what we need to do, get a point, get our 3 points, score a goal, get our 3 points. And walk out.
If you get the 3 points, no one will care at all.
That's all we care about right now. Because at this stage, Arteta has showed, and these boys have showed that they can play good football. But if you play good football and you don't win anything with it, it doesn't make any sense. So it's enjoyable to watch.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. We played Newcastle 2 times, obviously with 2 different teams. I'm still not convinced by Newcastle, even though we lost to them.
Yeah,
in midweek. I'm just not convinced by them this season.
That was your B team, right?
Well, yeah, but we still got behind. Like Mudryk was still like getting behind. There's still. I'm not convinced by them. He was. We were still getting behind them. We were still creating stuff, but I just don't. Newcastle, I don't know what they're trying to do in terms of that. They're playing like Joel Linton off the left, and I just think that's a mistake because I just think he's so important.
Is Bruno's fit, right? And
Bruno's fit. Tonali's back. Isak is back. I think Gordon played on Wednesday, but he went off like shortly after half time. Same with Isak as well. But I'm just still not convinced by them in terms of. I'm just not.
Yeah,
I know it was a close.
By the way, I agree with Andrew because I actually had thingy Newcastle in my top 4 because I thought Isak, Gordon, Bruno Guimaraes one game a week.
Once a week,
like they're gonna cook. But I'm looking at the way Eddie Howe is operating this season. I'm not convinced at all. I think they need to move on. And I said this from 2 years ago. Even though he did get them top 4, I was like, they need a different manager, 100%. Like I just don't think he could take them to the next level.
Actually,
but we have to ask the $1 million question because we're here to ask the hard-hitting questions. We're here to ask the things that piss our guests off. Like we just annoyed Temi for an hour, beautiful. Now we have to annoy the 2 Arsenal fans. The question now becomes, if you lose tomorrow, is it curtains? Is it all over then? Because it's too much to make up.
No.
Absolutely. Are you asking me this?
Martin said no. I want to know if your opinion is different.
No, I agree. It's a no. It's not over. If we lose tomorrow, it doesn't mean it's not curtains up.
That's only
So-
because City
so-
aren't like
so-
killing it, and Liverpool aren't really blowing people away. I don't know whether they're going to be able to. Like City fans are panicking that they're not playing proper football and they're conceding lots of goals. I think that it's going to come down to a bit less of a low points total, hopefully.
So if
And
you,
again,
if
and
you-
again,
if
and
you-
again,
if you-
and again, and I'll tell you why it's a no. I'll tell you why on my side it's a no. We've played City, we've played Liverpool, we've played Tottenham, we've played Aston Villa, we've played top 8 teams already in our first 9 games. City is yet to play. Liverpool and City are yet to play themselves. Like there's games that
First
they are
game
going
at
to,
Anfield, by the way.
yeah. There's games that they're going to play where they're going to also drop points. You know, so for me, it's not over because eventually it cancels itself. We've had to go through this playing out of the first 9 games. We played about what 5 or 6 top teams, and played, you know, of course, by our fault, played with 10 men, which is our fault, you know. So I don't think it's over based on the fact that other teams that are at the top there that are challenging haven't played themselves as well. So yeah.
question.
Also, we
Another-
tend to see this effect in the Premier League where the teams that are at the top suffer under a lot of pressure, and the teams that are 3 or 4 points behind or 5
I
points
also-
behind tend to sail
So-
under the radar. So
I
Real
also
quick.
don't think City have got. Beg me if I'm wrong. I don't think City have got that block of games like the rest of us have. You know, like during the, you know, when you play like 3
they
or
do
4
in like
teams.
February or something.
Yeah, like I don't think they've got that for ages. That's a problem. That obviously, because everyone else has got that block of games where they play 3 or 4 hard teams on paper to get through. And I don't know how that. Well, people have got a conspiracy theory of that, but I don't know how they've managed to pull that
No,
off.
I mean, the draws favor them. Which
Yeah,
is
that's
fair
the
enough.
problem,
It
isn't
is. It is what it is. I mean, if the draw
Yeah.
favors Arsenal, I wouldn't sit here and be trying to complain. I'll be happy. If the
Oh,
draw
no,
favors
no,
them,
yeah,
you know. So, I mean, at the end of the day, my thing is just look. The top teams are still going to play each other, and the teams who want to make top 4 are going to actually be gunning down as well for them. Those are the teams that I think we just
Well,
need
the
to
point, the Dayo, sorry to interrupt. The point would be for you guys, even if it's still 6 points, by the time that Liverpool City game comes around, that you're able to take advantage because one or both will drop points. So you shorten the gap before Christmas,
Yes.
and then you
Yes.
go
Which
into
is
the
what-
new year in low single digits behind, even if you're behind like that, and then you go on from there essentially.
so if you
Yeah.
guys, if you
Which
guys,
is why-
lose,
which is why I
if
said,
you
which is
guys
why I
lose
said
this-
it's not over even if we lose the game tomorrow. But I
Right,
doubt,
yeah.
I doubt we lose the
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, if you guys lose tomorrow and City wins, it's an 8-point gap, right? And
In November.
in
as well.
November,
Yeah.
and it's
In
I
November,
just, it's for me, it's tough for you.
in the first week of
Wait,
November.
real quick.
First week of
Real quick.
November,
Let me land this point real
Let
quick.
Temi land. Let Temi
Let
land.
me
Go
land
ahead.
this point real quick. So, like, in a perfect world, I think you would want to repeat what you guys have done over the past couple of seasons, where like you guys took a little bit of last season, I should say, took a little bit of a lead. What was it, 8 points, or I can't remember how many points you guys got up by, and try and like hold that lead as opposed to the other way around. Because I genuinely, I think that's a bit of it's a mental grind to be chasing Man City like in that way, because they're gonna run off a streak, right? Or they go unbeaten because they always do, right? Will you be able to mentally withstand that run? Will you be able to mentally keep up with them and even try and keep going? Like, that's the thing, is like, it'd be one thing if you guys were the ones who start off a little bit hotter, win 8 points up, or whatever the case may be. But if it's vice versa, I'm just like,
I think the mental's actually harder when you've got a lead. I found it harder, at least when we had like that 8-point lead. We had a game, we played an extra game or whatever, and there's this sensation of like slipping through your fingers constantly, like if you drop any points. But if you're behind,
Complacency
no one
as
thinks,
well.
what's that?
Complacency as well sometimes from the team.
Complacency, and there's that, like, there's just that, even against the small teams, you'll feel that pressure of like, you know, we can't do anything, we can't make any mistakes. But when you're behind already, I feel like there's not the same level of pressure, and people have written you off, and then that gives you a chance to sort of just fly under the radar, like Liverpool kind of did last year, and they took the lead for a while. I see it as being better than being behind.
Yeah.
But obviously, chasing Man City, it sounds crazy. You're not going to catch up to Man City. They're never going to lose, is the theory. So I don't know. There's more competitions than just the Premier League. There's the Champions League, I think, which keeps us a little bit more mellow.
you know,
we've
y'all
got other
know.
things to play for.
Come on,
I
y'all
know
know.
you're going to say we've got no chance of
He
winning.
didn't
that.
say
All right.
winning. He just said it keeps us more mellow because like there's other things to play for. So you kind of keep yourself balanced and grounded. This is not about Champions League, we're winning it. It's like every time we mention, fine, there's banter. Arsenal have not won the Champions League. We hear you. You can repeat it 25 billion times. It doesn't change the fact that we've not won it. So that's not the conversation. The conversation is really simple. If you're chasing a Man City, you stand a better chance of, because the other thing, if City drops points, if they're 8 points ahead, if City then loses a game, City players are like, well, we can still make it up because we're City, right? Like to them. If we were 8 points up and we drop points against another team, well, like we can't afford to drop points. That's more pressure when you're the one ahead because City can catch up to you.
I think so. Here's the thing, right? I think the reason I was saying that is because you guys have been in that situation recently. So I think if you were in that situation again, you would handle it differently. You see what I'm trying to say? Like if you guys had gotten, you know what I'm saying? Like this is just my thought. I'm just spitballing here, but like I think if you guys had gotten off to a super duper strong start and you're 8 points clear or whatever the case may be, I think the players would have that mentality of like, guys, we've been here before. We know what we can't do to give this up. I'm being like, this is as objective as I can be.
It makes sense in the ideal world, but of course, teams look at themselves and then they decide to set themselves up for what is best for their own success. So if you look at what Mikel Arteta has done with this Arsenal team, 2 seasons ago, we're playing gun-ho football, killing everybody, inverted fullbacks, bam, hey, Zinchenko, everything is looking great. 50 points first half of the season, blah, blah, blah. All that, played an extra game. City had a game in hand, 8 points ahead. What happened at the end of the season? We lost by 5 points, right?
Yeah. That's inexperience.
So last season, you look at it and you see that the football was slow at the beginning of the season and then picked up in January. And between January and May, we tried to put the pressure on up until the last day, which fair enough. Again, City came out on top. We're talking Pep and City here. This season, we started again slow, pragmatic, but there's one thing that I know, like when as an Arsenal fan, when I watch this Arsenal team play now, even if the other team scores first, there's just this piece that we're going to score. There's always, except for the times when we've been 10 men in the games we played this season. Against City, right? Until we went 10 men, we were 2-1 up. Against Liverpool, it's a draw. I'll take it, but there's so many things you can point out, but I'm never going to use that as an excuse. We should do better. We should be more clinical, So for me, this Arsenal team has what it takes mentality-wise. When you go 10 men down to City, please go look at the records of every other top 6 team that has gone 10 men down to City since 2017. The scoreline has been 6-0, 5-1, 4-1. Like that's what the scoreline has been. So I think they have what it takes. I think there's
one thing also, just like Arteta's lived with pressure the whole way through. Like even like in his first, after winning the FA Cup, whatever, we were like 20th and then we were 15th, and we're just so used to that. I feel like I've just taken it off the table. At the end of the season, we're going to look at what he's got. If it's a Carabao Cup and an FA Cup and we're third, there's a certain scenario there. If we get to the last game and we're challenging, but we don't win, there's context there. But it's kind of exhausting talking about your manager getting sacked all the time. So I think I'm just numb to it.
I hear that, but I fear I do have a question regarding that though. Like, what is the I have to ask. Because I know I'm gonna get objectivity from both of you. I respect both of your opinions, so I want to hear this. Like, what is the minimum requirement? Like, what is not good enough? What is good enough? Like, I'm just curious to hear like where y'all are at with it, because obviously I'm not gonna sit here and lie. As a United fan, like I think Arteta, I'll say this, I think he's a very good manager. I think he's done a lot of good things for Arsenal Football Club. I just think like the question now is like, is this what it is? Or is it can he make that like all important next step? You see what I'm saying? So what do you feel like the minimum requirement is for this season? I have to know that.
For me or for the fan base?
For you, just your personal opinion.
I think for me, it's a trophy of some description. I think that it's not enough to come second and not win anything anymore. I don't think that's like I don't have the energy to defend that situation. I still believe that Arteta is an anomaly from a managerial standpoint because it's his first job. He's like 4.5 years into management at one club, and he came from our club. He was captain for us. He won us to trophies. Most clubs can't ever say that they've got a successful manager that came from their club. So for me, he's got extra leeway, but other people have wanted him out since day one, and it's pretty exhausting trying to defend someone against that. So I'd be happy to just go with the new manager at the end of the season, and everyone else can, have exactly what they want, and we'll go down that road. Because people seem to think that he's a journeyman. He's come in and he's gone as far as he can get, and they said that about him when we were getting top 4. What was it? Neville said he doesn't see how he can get us anywhere above where we are, and he should move somewhere else. I don't think that's true. I think because he's so new, he's a young manager, his ceiling is undefined. And because of that, I think that you can't use the sample size of his career because there's almost nothing. So saying that he always gets close and falls off is really only a sample size of 2 out of, potential 4 or so years for challenging. So I think it'd be hard.
Dayo, what do you think? Thank you for that, by the way.
To be honest, like I said, for me, he just has to win a trophy. He has to win something. Whatever trophy he needs to win, he needs to focus on that trophy and win it. And if he can do a solid and go beyond the quarterfinal of the Champions League like he did last season, because you have to understand, like, this is the first time back in Champions League in 14 years, if I'm not mistaken, right? I think we hadn't been back in Champions League. So like how many years? Maybe 10. Yeah. Anyway, it's been a long time since we've been in Champions League, and you're coming to Champions League for the first time as Mikel Arteta as a manager, and you're making it to the quarterfinal. I don't think there's many managers that can sit down in their first job, first career, and say, "Look, I made it to the quarterfinal." Like, it's not an achievement, it's not a trophy, but it shows progress. If he can go beyond that, because the one thing I do know about competitions like that, which is cup competitions, is when you get to the semi-final, it's anybody's game now. You just have to figure a way how to win. You can make it to the final and win. The year Chelsea won it,
have some luck. I feel like to win any of these things,
nobody thought they would win it. So
I'm waiting for him to get some luck in some kind of things, in like decisions or injuries or whatever.
Is my thoughts, because
I'll be honest with you. Sorry, Andrew, I have to say something. Martin is spot on though, because Arsenal have been unlucky as fuck to start this season, and it reminds me of the way we started last season as well, with like 4 red cards in 8 games and like the shit that happened at Spurs away. You haven't been robbed that badly, because that was like the ultimate robbery. That was like Barca Chelsea level. Like, oh, well done, lads. Good process. When he ruled out a perfectly good goal. Fucking idiot. And then they sent off Jota as well for no reason whatsoever. So, like, we obviously had a very bad start. But, the one thing is we did get out of it. That's why when Dayo first started speaking about Arsenal and he said these next 3 games, forget Inter, because it would be, on a real, it would be harsh for me to expect Arsenal to go away to San Siro and win. I think a draw for you there is a good result.
4 games after that to get.
Yeah, exactly. But Chelsea and Newcastle, you must get 6 from 6. You can't fuck around in those 2 games, in my honest opinion. That's where, like, and I know Andrew as well. I interrupted you. Sorry, go ahead, Andrew. So tell me.
No, I was just thinking, because everyone was going about. Temi asked what they were expectations. I'm not going to engage in any conversations whether Arteta's going to be sacked. I don't think he's going to be sacked, even if it's not a successful season. I just think he'll carry on. I just think maybe, I don't know what you guys think, is he going to have to go back to the drawing board next summer and him and Edu, if it's not a successful season? You still finish top 4, but like you don't win anything. Is he going to have to go back and like look at the squad overall, stuff like that? What is it going to have to be?
Everyone believes that we're missing a piece. We're missing a striker, or we're missing perhaps another. Like,
I know you, Martin. You've preached it. I know you've wanted a striker. I know you have wanted a striker. Like that's when doing the summer transfer shows, it was all about a striker for you.
3 years.
I don't know if he wants one. I don't know if he wants a striker. I don't know if he wants one.
If he doesn't win the league, he must. If he doesn't win the league, he must realize that this is the missing piece. Because
I agree. I agree with you.
I think otherwise, and
I agree, but I don't know. That's what I mean. Do they go back?
If I was in Edo's place, Arsenal would win everything. Honestly, he's just. If I was in his place, I promise you, I just go. I would destroy Serie A. I would take all their best players.
Yes.
Listen, I'd buy Kvaratskhelia. Forget about striker, Habibi. You don't need striker. Forget all that. Havertz will get you 15 goals a season. That's okay. Firmino scored 15 and we won the league. You've got Saka on the right, Kvaratskhelia on the left. You can score goals. GA, creativity, everything. It cooks. And what I would have done is I would have gotten a midfielder from the Serie A. And people won't like this name, but it's true. Lobotka is the guy that I would have bought from Napoli, because he's a fucking baller. And then, instead of Calafiori, even though I like Calafiori, I rate him, I think he's a good player, I would have bought Bastoni. Now, here's the thing I'm going to say before people freak out in the chat. Guys, go watch the Inter Milan guys. They're broke. They ain't got no money. You get
Yeah.
me? They are a selling club. If you call Inter Milan, give them 70 for Bastoni, they will sell directly. I'm telling you right now, they have no money. Guys, they have spent
take
the last
Barella
3 years
over
buying
Bastoni.
players on a free. Okay? The max they've paid a player is like 20M. They ain't got no money, bro.
They've been
If you
winning
give them
leagues- they've been
70
winning
million,
leagues- they've been
if
winning
you
leagues
give
off
them
the free
70
agent
million,
market.
they're gonna go buy like 4 players like of that, you know, like to help with their squad. So I'm just saying, listen, Arsenal needed to do transfer, but I still think Arsenal are good enough. Here's the thing: Arsenal's
Stop
problem
buying
right now is
Chelsea and
number
Man
one.
City scrubs. Stop buying Man City. and
I
Chelsea
think the
scrubs.
problem with Arsenal right now is creativity. They need to get that shit sorted first and foremost.
Yeah.
The second thing is discipline. Everyone just need to chill.
Yeah.
Red cards, kicking the ball away, all the shit, just stop it. And
Yeah.
third thing is, I think when you go 10 men down, you, even if you do like lose discipline a little bit, you still need to try and go for it and try to win the game. But listen, we've been an hour and a half over here. I don't want to keep the guys for too long. Let me just read these 3 super chats before we get out of here, folks.
I want it to be known before we move on that I called the transfer window gross negligence. I don't know whose idea it was to not buy a striker, but it was a 5 out of 10 for me, that transfer window. So
Fair enough. Fair enough.
and
Fair enough.
someone's got blood
No,
on their
honestly, I respect the honesty. Like, so just so I hear a trophy from both from Down Andrew. A trophy is a must this season. It's just like for you personally, like that we need the same thing with like we've been doing, but with a trophy, right? That's what
Bare
that's kind of what I
minimum would
heard.
be like domestic trophies, 2 of them. I don't really rate Carabao, but like whatever. Let's lift some. Let's
No, I hear it.
A
I hear it.
a trophy at the barest minimum, and this is because you can't be playing this well and challenging this well and have nothing to show for it. It just doesn't make any sense anymore. You know,
Carabao
what
Cup, let's be serious. Who's your only competition? Us. Let's just be real. That's it.
sorry,
No one else is your real competition. Liverpool's your only competition in the Carabao Cup. With all due respect, these bums ain't winning it. Spurs don't win anything anyway, and the rest we can all
Whoa,
beat.
whoa,
so.
whoa. We definitely have a chance.
Oh my God, Temi, I'm sorry. You're like you have Carabao Cup heritage. Oh, I'm sorry. You're like,
Whoa.
oh, big old scary Man United.
Don't tell me
They've
I
only
can't wear a trophy that
you
I'm
failed
available
to
for.
you failed to beat FC 20. I'm not hearing it.
Hey,
Big
come
up to
on,
Red Line of Teranga who says, when I said how in a sack race they laughed at me. Red Line of Teranga, is this like the 2024 version of you where like you're like on your I told you so arc? Is this like your new thing where it's like I
He's
told
got
you?
receipts in every
I
show.
don't want to say I
I
told
told
you
you.
so.
I told you about Eddie Howe. Habibi, who disagrees with you about Eddie Howe? No one here rate Eddie
No
Howe that highly anyway. He's just an average Premier League manager. He's okay, innit? That's it. Like
This
Habibi,
guy's
he
just
gets-
upset. This guy's just upset. We called him out for sitting on the fence at the start of the stream for not picking.
Yeah,
it
and
up.
now he's pissed off
Yeah.
about it. Hold that, Red Line
Definitely.
Teranga.
Yeah.
Love
Hold
you, bro. Big up to Dami, who says, Dayo, I love your football IQ. I'm an Arsenal fan, obviously. Oh, Nigeria, big up to you. Oh, yeah, now, big up. Niger, no de
Daniel
Carilas.
Bono.
my guy,
Um,
have fun now. Yoda, Mr. Yoda, how you doing, Baba? Nothing to you. No shakings. We full ground. We go win something this
sense.
season. Nothing.
Do you have a
I was
channel?
just- I was
Hussam,
about
big
to
up.
say the same thing, but I got there first, so it's all good.
It cracks me up when you say fraud, lol, big up, guys. Listen, Habibi, you see why you are a fraud as well? Because at the start of the stream, I said all these guys' channels is in the description, you fraud. That's why this is a fraudulent move by you. Oh, does Dayo have a channel? Yes, he does. It's in the description. Banter on the pitch. Go subscribe. You fraud. But thank
And,
you for the
Made his
support.
day.
Hussam, his name is Dami. Dami. The exclamation mark, I believe, is an I. I know his name is Dami.
He's probably Igbo, not Yoruba.
No, he's
Let me
Yoruba.
ask you a question,
He's
Dayo.
Yoruba Oluwadami Lola in Yoruba. That's his
Let me
full
ask
name.
you a question
I can't
genuinely. What can you do with 1,000 Nigerian naira if you visited like Nigeria?
You can buy a Twinkie.
You can be a
I'll be
prince.
honest, like I don't know right now. I haven't been home in a minute, so I don't know what you can. But it's probably next to nothing.
Yeah, probably not, like yes, maybe a snack.
Yeah, you can buy a snack or something with. I mean, at least you'll be able to buy a soda or a drink or a coffee. You know, I mean, that would buy you a coffee.
Okay,
So,
Hussam, 1 NGN is worth 0.00061 United States dollars. So it's like a sixth of a cent per.
This is 60 cents.
exactly.
Yeah. So
Fair enough.
Yeah, that's,
I always like to like explore these questions because I saw a
because
video
it
yesterday.
changes
There's a guy
every day.
traveling in
Dollar-
Kenya, and he's like, I'm gonna spend this whole day spending only $1. And he went and he had breakfast, lunch, and dinner for $1. I'm like, am I fucking in the wrong country?
No,
Like,
no.
why
So
is
what's up?
this in
Here's the
Kenya?
thing. Hussam, here's
And
the
the
thing.
guy didn't even, and the guy is not like out here eating vegetables. The guy eat like eggs and beef and rice and shit. I'm like, bro,
Hussam,
I'm
let me
living
break
in
it down for
London.
you. Hussam, $1 is 1,700 naira right now. So $1 is 1,700 now. So if you take out $10, right?
He's
That is
scamming the system, though. He's getting a
that's
full on super chat
that's
that
17,000,
looks big.
right? So here you go with
Babe.
$10 in Nigeria at 17,000. 17,000 naira would buy you a lot more food wise. You know, if you wanted to go to the market and buy stuff and cook it, it'll buy you a lot more. That is, will buy you a lot more than $10 would buy you in the market here. $10 in the market here, you can't. What are you getting? You buy, if you buy eggs and you buy milk, you buy bread, you're almost done. You pay taxes
I
on
need
it.
to go- I need to live. Maybe I need to live in a cheaper country. Will I? Big up, Mr. Iqbali, who says I have to check the cigarettes before I go though. Don't lose to Newcastle because anything can happen at the bridge, is what my
Oh,
guy
we
Mr.
know.
Iqbali says. Listen, I will say this though, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Despite the fact that I need you this Sunday, Mr. Iqbali, I can't lie. The fact that you gave Eddie Nketiah a career, like, listen, Chelsea has been like, listen, bro, I will be so honest with you. You are a fraud. You are a fraud because Arsenal have like slapped you up at the bridge. Like, the last time I think Lewis told me this. The last time you beat Arsenal at the bridge was like 3-4 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
2018.
5 years. Whoa,
6.
that's 6 years ago. That's even worse.
Sarri,
Damn.
Sarri's first home game.
Damn, that's crazy. Yo, you,
By the
you
way,
have to be
let's be fair. Eddie Nketiah got his career under Roman Abramovich. That was when he scored against us.
There
that
you
was
are.
under
Look at
Abramovich.
this guy. Stop it. Stop it,
It
you
was.
fraud.
It's true.
Stop
It's
it,
true. though,
fraud.
I'm just saying.
Stop it.
Hey,
Stop
hey,
it.
can I ask any Palace fans in the chat? How's Nketiah working out for you?
Your defense is in trouble. I don't know why Temi's laughing because he gave me
Nketiah's in the room.
Big up to AA who says Kvara, Barella, and Jokeras, I can only dream. And then you switch off FIFA and you realize this transfer window is about 250 M's right there. Because Barella is going to cost you 100 minimum. Kvaratskhelia like 80. Jokeras, that's another 80 right there. You get me? That's a whole shitload of money, buddy. So that ain't going to happen. You could probably sign 2 of those, but then you're going to have to call it a day. No more signings after that. So, yeah, big up to you, AA. Hussam, I will cook you a halftime show tomorrow. The only cooking you will make is the exact same way that Man United cook the chicken at Old Trafford, salmonella. So big up to you, Red Line and Taranga. Big up to everyone in the chat. Make sure you guys are liking the video. Make sure you guys are subscribing. Don't go anywhere because this stream is going to take you to MHF where I am headed. I also have a Liverpool stream later on, ladies and gentlemen, 11 p.m. UK time. We have a complete Liverpool show. I'm doing like 3-4 Liverpool shows a week as well, despite the fact it's a generic channel. It's the club I love always. Wavy Temi is in the description. Go subscribe to Temi's channel, guys. Go subscribe to Dayo, Banter on the Pitch. You get me? Go subscribe to Martin Sad's Football Corner. That's what he wanted to promote. And Casual FC is where you can find more of Andrew. Marshall himself is going to be on the channel as well tomorrow. We have big plans, inshallah, for tomorrow. Love you all and see you over on MHF. Peace.
This notion.